Today's story is about a boy named 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 who had the powers of a water dragon since childhood, but he did not know anything about it. So this story starts from a very old time, and we get to know that there are 4 islands in the middle of the sea, out of which humans live on 3 islands, and on the remaining island, 2 dragons live, the fire dragon and the water dragon. The job of the water dragon is to give life to people, and the job of the fire dragon is to take life from them. They are not bad, but this is their job. Now with time, the water dragon started getting weaker, due to which the power of the fire dragon was increasing. Even he lost control over himself, and he started eliminating the humans living on the remaining 3 islands. The number of humans was falling very fast from this world, seeing which a man named 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲𝐶𝐻 came forward, and by sacrificing himself, he awakened the real power of the water dragon with his power, after which the power of the water dragon had returned, and slowly everything becomes fine. Now the story starts many years later from that story, and we see the scene of one of those 3 islands where a boy named 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲𝐲 was living. His father's name is 𝐂𝐤𝐿, and he trains other children as a master, and recently he has selected another boy. This boy's name is 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸, and he is very close to 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲. In a way, both of them are like brothers. 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 is a little younger than 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸, that's why 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 also takes care of 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲. Now one day when they were playing, during that time when 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 holds 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲's hand, suddenly 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲's hand turns completely into water, and that water was slowly gathering around 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 and creating a ball. 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 was surprised to see this because he was not able to understand anything. But then 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 comes there, who neutralizes the power of 𝐂𝐤𝐲's water ability using the domain expansion technique. Because of this, now those water bubbles were removed from around, and both 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 and 𝐂𝐤𝐲 they had become normal. Here 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 was not able to understand what happened. Due to this, 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 tells him that 𝐂𝐤𝐲 has the powers of a water dragon inside him, but he has not yet understood those powers because he is very young, and there is a very big process to awaken this power. Here 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 asks 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 to hide this thing. Even his 2 elder brothers named 𝐻ARU and 𝐈U should not be told this, to which 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 agrees. After this, when they were returning, 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 told 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 that 𝐂𝐤𝐲's age is very young, and looking at him, it does not seem that he is really a water dragon. To this, 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 says that he is still young. When he grows up, his power will start increasing, and he cannot become a water dragon like this, because for that I will have to perform a ritual in which I will have to sacrifice myself. But there is nothing big in this. No, I am ready to do this to protect humanity and for the good of all. He also tells 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 that he always has to take care of 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 and protect him. Now in the very next scene, we see 𝐻ARU and 𝐈UKI, who had returned home after killing some monster-like creatures. Both of them also wanted to be strong like 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲. That is why they chose 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 as their master. They all live together very well, and their relations with everyone else are also very good, and these 5 live like a family, and they get along very well with the mayor of the island. Also, their landlord is named 𝐺𝐸𝐿, and they get along very well with her too, and she is also like their family. Now one day we see that 𝐻ARU and 𝐈U were fighting over their master. Then 𝐺𝐸𝐿 comes there and says that they should not fight in front of 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 like this, otherwise it will give a wrong impression to 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲, after which both of them stop fighting. By the way, in the next scene both of them were training when 𝐵𝐺𝐺𝐸 comes there and tells them that they should also take some rest, but on this both of them stop and say that instead of asking us to rest, you should also start training so that you can also become strong. Anyway, your water power is very good. On this 𝐵𝐺𝐸𝐸 says that yes it is, but I am very special, I do not need to train. But then 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 comes there and kicks him and says that you should not consider yourself too strong. Otherwise you will not be able to move forward. 𝐵𝐺𝐸𝐸 feels a little bad on this because he was just saying this in jest. Now here 𝐻ARU talks about that ritual which can be performed to awaken the spirit of the water dragon, and he was asking him to do this on himself, but here 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 refuses him, and he says that you are not ready for this right now. But they know that the fire dragon is now slowly getting angry because he is missing the water dragon. That is why he is trying to awaken the spirit. Again, it will come into its rampage mode. Also 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 was saying here that maybe soon the fire dragon can transform into 𝐴RAMA. 𝐴RAMA is actually a form of beast, the beasts which we will see later, and in fact 𝐻ARU and 𝐈UKI are able to destroy these beasts. But if the fire dragon transforms into an 𝐴RAMA beast, then its power will be much more than the normal 𝐴RAT. Here, these people were talking that they will have to seal the 4th island where the fire dragon lives so that they can be prepared in advance for the future danger. 𝐂𝐤𝐲𝐲 also agrees to this. 𝐈UKI was thinking in his mind that the fire dragon is gradually becoming stronger with time, and according to him, these 4 or 5 people together cannot stop him at all. But here he cannot do anything against his master and just stands quietly. Just then Momo had brought drinks for them. due to which they stop talking on this topic. Now the time continues a little quickly from here. We see that they were enjoying a lot. In this way, many weeks pass, and during that time Haru and Ibuki's training was also going well, the household work was also going well, and these people were having fun. But now suddenly one day a very dangerous earthquake starts coming. This earthquake was shaking the entire island. Although this island is different and the island on which the fire dragon lives is different, but still because of the waves that were being created underwater here due to the fire dragon, even this island was facing earthquakes, and if this continues, it can cause huge damage. Because of this, Makoto decides that he will go and stop the fire dragon and calm him down. Here he asks Haru and Ibuki to take care of everyone at home, and he picks up his sword and weapon and leaves from there. Even after a few hours of his departure, the earthquake did not stop, due to which more problems were being created, and seeing this, Haru and Ibu decide that they will go to the fourth island where the fire dragon lives. Although they did not know what Makoto's plan is and what he might be doing right now, but still without thinking much about their master, they come straight to that fourth island to know him. He finds out that the fire dragon lives inside a volcano. Because of its power, the volcano was shaking, and because of that, earthquakes were coming. There, he tries to calm the dragon down, for which he was using his energy. Slowly, the volcano was calming down, but suddenly when the fire dragon gets angry, the volcano had burst out, and it increased even more because it caused many damages. First thing is that the fire dragon got angry and he came into his rampage form. On the other hand, the amount of earthquakes started increasing even more. Along with that, now the volcano was getting scared. Because of this, they decide to leave the island. During that time, we see Yukio and Jinji. Jinji wanted to save Yukio in some way. Because of this, he wanted to take Yukio out of this island. Now, we come back to the fourth island where we see that Haru and Ibu were fighting with that dragon. But now that dragon is about to burst out. It had come in rampage mode, and both of them could not stand in front of its power, due to which the dragon was throwing them down very easily. Here the condition of both of them had become bad, and now they had accepted that they cannot escape from here alive. Along with that, the dragon was also going to attack them in anger, but in the meantime, Makoto comes there, and he handles the situation to some extent. Here he asks both of them to leave that island, because now he will have to calm down the fire dragon. Now, both of them were not going to leave from there, but Makoto tells them that this is a life and death situation, and if they show childishness here, then the rest of the people of the island will also get killed. Now here both Haru and Ibu have to agree to Makoto and leave from there. After some time, the fire dragon calms down, and when they come back to the volcano, they find Makoto's dead body there. In the next scene, these people were still at the funeral where Makoto is pacifying Makoto. There was talk of Yukio getting peace, and everyone was praising him for his bravery. He was also sad, but then a lawyer comes there who had brought Makoto's will. Now we knew that Yukio is actually Makoto's son. So here the lawyer who brought the paper had written that Mako wants Yukio to go to town, that is, to a big high-tech city and study. Now hearing this, Momoko and the others were surprised. They could not understand why Mako wanted this, but now that it has been written, they have to agree to it. In the next scene, we see that the lawyer was taking Yukio there in a ship. Jinji was still watching him from that island, but he also did not understand what his master wanted, but he knows that Yukio is actually a water dragon, due to which whatever the master, i.e. Mako, has done, he must have done it after a lot of thought. By the way, Mako had kept him in the city only till he turned 15, and as soon as he turns 15, he will return to that island. Till then Jinji is thinking about what he should do, but then he remembers that Makoto was talking about a ritual that can bring Yukio back to his real form, i.e. water dragon form, and now that Mako is no more, it means that the ritual will be completed. He cannot tell this to anyone else. Due to this, he decides to learn the ritual himself. After this, he came to Makoto's room where he finds many old books. He slowly reads all those books, after which he got a lot of information from them. There he also comes to know that a long time ago, a legendary warrior named Gandalf had saved the water dragon by sacrificing himself, and Mako was talking about the same ritual. During that ritual, the person who performs that ritual loses his life because he has to sacrifice himself. Jinji got very scared after hearing this. Anyway, he is very young right now. Due to this, all these things were going over his head, but he had faith in his master, due to which he was reading those books. He finds many such books which were written by Makoto himself, in which that ritual was written in a little easy language. But when Jinji reads it, so he doesn't think that it is really possible, but still he believes and decides that he will perform all these rituals because now there is only one way to save the island. After this, he started living his life very happily because he believed that there is no other purpose of his life. He just has to learn this ritual and perform it at last, and after that he has to die, but he can enjoy the time in between. Now from here time moves forward very fast, and 10 years pass directly. It means that now 𝐂𝐸𝐲 would have been about 15 years old. So here on this island, Momoko and that lawyer were talking, where we get to know that now it is time for 𝐂𝐸𝐲 to come back, but Ginji had heard this. That's why he comes there and says that he will go to take 𝐂𝐸𝐲. In the next scene, we see 𝐂𝐸𝐲, who gets a letter that he should come back home. Almost 10 years have passed, due to which 𝐂𝐸𝐲 does not remember much, but it was written in it that he will have to return to his island. Now it was night, so he slept. In his sleep, he finds himself underwater again today because he gets all these dreams again, and due to this, he had become used to them now. In fact, he had started enjoying it now, but then a hand pulls him out, after which he wakes up, and he sees that the room is shaking slowly as if an earthquake is coming, but he does not pay much attention to it. The next day, we see that he gets a certificate because he has completed his graduation. After this, when he was coming out, he meets his teacher, who was telling him that she has heard that now he is going back to his island. She asks whether he is happy with this thing, to which 𝐂𝐸𝐲 says that yes, it does not matter much to him, and he hopes that the people there will also be good like here. By the way, while coming out, he was a little sad, because even though he has been living here for 10 years, he was a little sad while coming out, because even though he has been living here for 10 years, he did not make any friends, due to which these 10 years were a bit boring for him. Now when he was going out, his eyes fall on Ginji sitting there, who was emptying beer cans rapidly, due to which all the children were looking at him. 𝐂𝐸𝐲 did not recognize Ginji because maybe he was wearing goggles, but after coming here Ginji takes off his goggles. But even then 𝐂𝐸𝐲 does not recognize him and says that I do not know you, and after this 𝐂𝐸𝐲 starts leaving from there. But Ginji does not give up because he had a doubt that this is 𝐂𝐸𝐲, due to which he continues to follow him, and after some time they come towards a bridge. When both of them were passing from there, at the same time Ginji throws him from the top of the bridge into the water to check whether 𝐂𝐸𝐲 is actually 𝐂𝐸𝐲 or not. When he falls in the water, when he falls, he was trying to swim. Now there are two things here. 𝐂𝐸𝐲 is a water dragon, but still he does not know how to swim, and the second thing is that his school dress is very heavy. Due to this, even though he was moving his hands and legs a little, he was not able to come above the water. But now suddenly, he starts moving round and round inside the water, which he was not doing on his own. All this was happening on its own. Now seeing this, the outsider gets confirmed that yes, this is 𝐂𝐸𝐲. Due to this, he brings him out of the water through his spell, and while standing above the water himself, he asks 𝐂𝐸𝐲 that did you recognize me? But he still did not recognize him. But now Ginji has come to know that he is 𝐂𝐸𝐲. Due to this, Ginji opens a suitcase from his side and packs 𝐂𝐸𝐲 in it, and from there he brings him directly to the boat, which was right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Here 𝐂𝐸𝐲 was surprised that he has been kidnapped, but Ginji was not able to tell him anything. He says that there is nothing like that. He tells him that he has come to take him back to the island, due to which 𝐂𝐸𝐲 understands that Ginji has been sent by the same people who had sent him the letter. Here Ginji tells about himself that when they were both small, they were like brothers, but 𝐂𝐸𝐲 did not remember anything. Now in the next scene, they had reached the island where Momo was found, and the mayor was waiting for them, and he welcomes them here, but 𝐂𝐸𝐲 tells them that he doesn't remember much about them, but both of them say that there is nothing to worry about. He will gradually remember everything. Now after this, they came straight to the house where Ginji shows 𝐂𝐸𝐲 his father's photograph, in which his whole family was there, but 𝐂𝐸𝐲 did not know his own father. Due to this, the first doubt that came to his mind was that this photo might have been Facebooked. Here Ginji and the others tell 𝐂𝐸𝐲 that his father was a master. He used to train many students. He also had many powers, and 𝐂𝐸𝐲 also has such powers which he has to master. It was a bit difficult for 𝐂𝐸𝐲 to believe all this. However, after this, he asks about his mother, on which those people tell that they do not know anything, because when 𝐂𝐸𝐲 and his father i.e. Makoto came here, then both of them were alone and don't know why, but these people never saw 𝐂𝐸𝐲's mother. 𝐂𝐸𝐲 finds this a little strange, but now he has come here anyway and he has no other option, so he decides to stay here. After this, he was returning to his room. Ginji also follows him here, but Ginji was finding 𝐂𝐸𝐲's behavior a little different because he never used to be so quiet in his childhood. He comes to 𝐂𝐸𝐲's room and asks him the reason for this, to which 𝐂𝐸𝐲 tells that this is because when I went to the mainland, then one day all of us students were taken to a hot spring place where the other children were making fun of 𝐂𝐸𝐲, due to which he got angry, and as soon as he screamed, the water there automatically flew in the air and picked up the child who was making fun of him, and this used to happen every time whenever he got angry at someone. Due to this, to avoid anyone getting hurt, 𝐂𝐸𝐲 kept himself away from other people, and due to this now he feels more emotions. After this, when 𝐂𝐸𝐲 looks back, he notices that Ginji is not paying much attention to what he is saying. Now he was getting a bit bored, so he immediately comes out from there and starts roaming on that island. On the way, he meets the same creature named Aratama, who was behaving very strangely. When he came here, he saw the Arama beast, but then it was very cute. Now suddenly this Aratama falls into the water there, after which there is a blast in the water and a fish-type thing like a mask comes out from inside it, which looked very strange. Now whatever that thing was, it was about to attack 𝐂𝐸𝐸 here, but before it could attack, 𝐵𝐺𝐠 comes there and saves him and starts flying away from there. On the way, he tells 𝐂𝐸𝐸 that these are called Arat and they behave according to the emotions of people. By the way, now that Arat had made its real form and it is very the dangerous one looked like a monster and now he blocks their way. 𝐂𝐸𝐸 asks 𝐵𝐺𝐠 what will we do now? To which 𝐵𝐺𝐠 says that he does not need to worry, and saying so, he uses his domain expansion technique and blasts that Arat. 𝐂𝐸𝐸 was very surprised to see this, but then suddenly that Arat beast is created again and comes in its normal form. Even now it was looking very dangerous and was about to attack them, but at the same time 𝐵𝐺𝐠 suddenly pushes 𝐂𝐸𝐸 near Arat, due to which 𝐂𝐸𝐸 went into Arat's stomach and now he was inside the water. He was getting very nervous. Due to this his powers get activated, which he did not have control over, due to which he blasts Arat. Now 𝐂𝐸𝐸 was not able to control his power, due to which he attacks 𝐵𝐺𝐠 as well, but 𝐵𝐺𝐠 had managed his power very easily. 𝐂𝐸𝐸 was feeling that maybe 𝐵𝐺𝐠 will get angry at him because he attacked 𝐵𝐺𝐠, but 𝐵𝐺𝐠 says that he need not worry as he also does not have control over his power. Yuku was thinking whether he will be able to control this power or not. On this 𝐵𝐺𝐠 says that he need not worry. If he trains then he can do it, after which 𝐵𝐺𝐠 gently punches 𝐂𝐸𝐸's shirt, due to which 𝐂𝐸𝐸 remembers that 𝐵𝐺𝐠 used to do the same when he was young. On the other hand, we see that the Aratama which 𝐂𝐸𝐸 had destroyed gets converted into light energy, and after that it gets converted into small Aratama beasts. The next day we see that 𝐂𝐸𝐸 was sitting and practicing, then 𝐵𝐺𝐠 comes there. Yuku tells him that I do not think I will be able to do anything because I am not able to understand what I am doing while sitting. On this 𝐵𝐺𝐠 says that you do not have to do anything, you just have to concentrate on light energy. 𝐂𝐸𝐸 did not know anything about what this vital energy is. After this 𝐵𝐺𝐠 explains him that there is a vital energy which flows inside the ground and high-level masters use it to circulate their power as well as to fight such Arama beasts and some powerful creatures. If 𝐂𝐸𝐸 understands this energy and can control it, then he will be able to do so. If 𝐂𝐸𝐸 learns to fight, then he can easily fight these Arama beasts. Now 𝐂𝐸𝐸 did not understand much, but still he starts practicing. In the next scene we see that 𝐵𝐺𝐠 comes to know that people have seen an Arama beast which is dangerous. That is why he decides that he will take 𝐂𝐸𝐸 there so that he can be trained there, and by doing this he will also get more experience. In the next scene, they had reached the place where the Arama beast was. They were watching it secretly and were thinking that they will have to make a plan and fight with it, but then the Arama beast hears them and comes to them. Here he was attacking 𝐵𝐺𝐠 while 𝐂𝐸𝐸 was standing in front of them, but he did not pay much attention to 𝐂𝐸𝐸. 𝐂𝐸𝐸 was a little surprised by this thing, but then 𝐵𝐺𝐠 asks him to help him. Now 𝐂𝐸𝐸 has learned to control all the energy, and through that he attacks normally. This attack was a water attack, due to which the Aratma beast was slightly damaged and fell down, but he did not give up and stood up again and threw 𝐵𝐺𝐠 down. 𝐵𝐺𝐠 was not able to attack right now, due to which he asked for help from 𝐂𝐸𝐸. Now 𝐂𝐸𝐸 was thinking what to do. Then Haru enters there and purifies that Aratma beast with his massive energy. That means he converted into light energy in one go and flew away without touching him. Seeing this, 𝐂𝐸𝐸 was a little surprised. Then Haru comes down and tells 𝐵𝐺𝐠 that he should reduce drinking beer. We see that when this Aratma beast was purified, a lot of beer cans come out from inside his water body, and who knows, maybe that is why he was after 𝐵𝐺𝐠. Well, now here Haru also sees 𝐂𝐸𝐸. He comes to him, he recognized him, that is why he lifts him in his lap. By the way, 𝐂𝐸𝐸 did not recognize him. Who is this boy? 𝐵𝐺𝐠 tells Haru that 𝐂𝐸𝐸 is scared, so he should be brought down. Haru knew that 𝐂𝐸𝐸 did not recognize him, so he tells that he used to be his father's student. Now after this, they came home where Momo cooks food for them. They tell that 𝐂𝐸𝐸 loved Momo's food very much in his childhood. 𝐂𝐸𝐸 also tries to remember this thing, but he does not remember anything, and now here he started praising Haru because he purified that Arama beast by converting it into Lu energy in a very short time using only his energy. Now here Haru tells that he is doing Lu mastery, whose main motive is to purify Arama beast through Lu energy. He tells that Arama beast is not even his friend because it attacks people, and it is not his enemy either because it does not do this intentionally. That is why he does not kill it but purifies it, after which they turn into normal small animals themselves and do not fight with anyone. 𝐂𝐤𝐲 likes this very much. In the next scene, we see that Ginji had brought 𝐂𝐤𝐲 directly from that island to the first island. 𝐂𝐤𝐲 sees that this first island is very developed because there are musicians, food stalls, etc. Both of them were sitting in a water train. He was very impressed to see this because till date he had never seen a train running on water. Now when they reached the main town, Ginji was telling him about different things, which 𝐂𝐤𝐲 was listening to carefully, but due to the crowd, Ginji goes to another route and 𝐂𝐤𝐲 goes to another route. 𝐂𝐤𝐲 did not know that Ginji is lost, due to which he was just moving forward. On the way, when he was about to ask about something, he saw that Ginji was not with him. He has come to that island after almost 10 years, due to which he does not remember anything, so it is difficult to find Ginji. Then he hears the shouts of people in front of him. There we see that a clown was surprised because his ball-type thing was flying in the air. That ball suddenly converts into an Arama beast, seeing which everyone gets scared. That Arama was about to attack that clown, but in the meantime 𝐂𝐤𝐲 comes forward and saves him. He knew that there is no one here who can fight an Arama beast, so now he will have to fight. He was ready to fight, but then we see that a boy comes there and kills that Arama beast by firing a bullet. 𝐂𝐤𝐲 was surprised to see this. He turns back and sees that actually that boy is none other than Yabu, and here he also recognized 𝐂𝐤𝐲, due to which he says that I am very happy to meet you. Now 𝐂𝐤𝐲 did not recognize him, but later while walking together, Ibuki tells him that he is also an old student of his father and was also saying that he had told people about 𝐂𝐤𝐲. Everyone who has heard about 𝐂𝐤𝐲 was saying that 𝐂𝐤𝐲 is completely different from his father. 𝐂𝐤𝐲 does not understand these things at all and was thinking that Haru's way of purifying Eret is different and Ibuki's way is completely different. After this, he had reached the building where Ibuki lives and works. Now here he also sees Yuki and Yuki. He asks him to come inside. When he comes there, he sees Ginji. He was surprised to see that there was a bar there too. At first, Yuki asks Ginji why he left him on the beach island, to which he does not tell much. Now, when they were sitting here, 𝐂𝐤𝐲 talks to Ibuki about Haru. He says that Haru purifies the Era Atama beast and you directly take out the gun and kill him. To which Ibuki says that yes, both these are ways to stop the Era Ata beast. But 𝐂𝐤𝐲 says that if we really purify him with the help of Lu energy, then he will merge with the Lu energy, and this also seems to be a little peaceful way. But to this, Ibuki says that yes, but with this, he can also become bad again after a few years and attack us. And anyway, many tourists come to this island. They get scared after seeing things like the Era Ata beast. That is why, to save their lives, I destroy those beasts permanently so that they never return. But 𝐂𝐤𝐲 did not find this method right. According to him, Haru's method is better, but Ibuki finds his own method more correct. Then a girl comes there, who is actually Ibuki's student. She comes and tells that they have found the body of the real Erat. 𝐂𝐤𝐲 was surprised to hear this. He says that we had killed that Arama there itself. On this, Ibuki tells that no, that was not the real Arama. The real Rathama is somewhere else and he is controlling these small Arama with his power and converting them into beasts. After this, Ibuki started leaving from there, but he tells 𝐂𝐤𝐲 that whenever he wants to come here, he can come. After his departure, both Yuki and Ginji started leaving the island. On the way, 𝐂𝐤𝐲 asks about Ibuki's company, on which Ginji says that they work to kill Arama beasts in this way for the protection of tourists. He asks if you like Ibuki's work, on which Ginji says that he likes Ibuki's work. Ginji says that yes, he is doing the right thing, but 𝐂𝐤𝐲 did not expect this answer because according to him Haru's method is better because he does not kill the Arama beast but purifies it. But Ginji says that yes, his method is good, but the Arama beast does not treat us normally. If we are fighting and we are thinking of purifying him, then it is not that he will also purify us. He will kill us, and purifying means that Arama beast can come again in some time, and here tourism is very high on this island, due to which the energy of the people who come from outside often awakens these Arama beasts, and this happens almost every day due to which this company has been formed. And according to Ginji, whatever Ibuki is doing is right now. Here 𝐂𝐤𝐲 asks what Haru has to say on this technique of Ibuki. Then Ginji says that both of them should be careful about each other. Technique doesn't matter, and Ginji here asks 𝐂𝐤𝐲 not to talk too much about each other. Yuki was a little surprised and asked why is that when both of them are his father's students and are almost like brothers. But Ginji doesn't give a clear answer to this. Now they started moving forward when 𝐂𝐤𝐲 notices that he has forgotten something in Ibuki's building. That's why he asks Ginji to go ahead and he himself starts going towards that building to get his things back. By the way, 𝐂𝐒𝐲 asked 𝐂𝐨𝐩𝐲 to go because he has already roamed alone on the island like this before. That's why he doesn't feel scared now. When he was moving forward, he was thinking whether Haru's method is right or 𝐂𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐻's. But then suddenly the ground starts shaking and the sound of people screaming is heard. He immediately runs in that direction and sees that people are running away in fear of an 𝐂𝐴RMA beast. There was another boy there who is actually 𝐂𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐻's friend. While he was telling people to move away, the 𝐂𝐴RMA beast appears in front of him. 𝐂𝐒𝐲 was not able to understand what to do, but then he uses his energy to attack it. He remembers that 𝐂𝐒𝐻𝐻 believes that 𝐂𝐴RMA beast does not think even once before injuring anyone, and that is why he feels that it is right to kill them. Here 𝐂𝐒𝐲's energy is of no use and 𝐂𝐴RMA beast was still completely fine, but in the meantime many people of 𝐂𝐒𝐻𝐻 come there and start shooting at it. During this time, 𝐂𝐨𝐻𝐻 comes to 𝐂𝐒𝐲 who asks him to leave from there because 𝐂𝐴RMA beast is very powerful, and at the same time 𝐂𝐿𝐻𝐻 was also saying here that if these people are not able to kill it with bullets, then what will be their next plan? But in the meantime 𝐂𝐒𝐻𝐻 and his student come there. 𝐂𝐒𝐻𝐻 starts using his power to stop the bullets, in which we see that suddenly his body changes slightly, and one of his hands was completely transformed. Here 𝐂𝐻𝐻 tells 𝐂𝐒𝐲 that 𝐂𝐒𝐻𝐻 is trying to absorb the 𝐴RMA beast's energy so that he can use that energy to defeat it. Here we see that after 𝐂𝐒𝐻𝐻's one hand was completely transformed, an eye was also formed on his hand. After that, when 𝐴RMA was attacking him, 𝐂𝐒𝐻 caught 𝐴RAT and separated his parts, due to which 𝐴RMA is killed. 𝐂𝐒𝐻 had just taken out 𝐴RMA's eye, which he consumes after it has dried up, and declares that he will become stronger than his old master and everyone else. He even says that he will become stronger than a dragon. Now 𝐂𝐒𝐻 was very surprised to see all this here, but later he also comes to know that after this process 𝐂𝐒𝐻 has to bear a lot of pain because it takes a lot of energy, and anyway, after consuming the energy of a 𝐴RMA beast, refining it is very tough. Now after this we see that the next day they had come to the third island, and this is the island where Haru and his students live. There is mostly jungle there. Due to this, 𝐂𝐻𝐻 did not like coming there at all because there is no Wi-Fi there and there are no girls with whom he can talk. Well, he had come here because 𝐂𝐒𝐲 had requested him. He wanted to talk to Haru. They meet him and also make friends with his students. Just then Haru's two students come there. 𝐂𝐻𝐻 doesn't like either of them, and they also don't like 𝐂𝐻𝐻 at all because they don't like 𝐂𝐻𝐻's nature and character. Now here they were bringing 𝐂𝐒𝐲 and telling him about the surrounding area. There was only jungle around, but now they come near a shrine temple where there were two statues. They tell that both these statues are of different dragons, and they have made them for Water Dragon and Fire Dragon. Now 𝐂𝐒𝐲 wanted to know about the dragon, due to which they point him towards the same island and tell that this is the fourth island where the dragon used to live. Here they also tell him the story when the Fire Dragon got angry and attacked. While telling the whole story, they also tell that 𝐂𝐒𝐲's father had given his life for this thing. Now 𝐂𝐒𝐲 remembers that this 𝐂𝐒𝐻 was saying that he will become stronger than the dragon. He understands that he was definitely talking about the Fire Dragon, but 𝐂𝐒𝐲 does not remember anything. He thinks that he should have remembered something if such a big destruction had really happened, and when he was here, he must have some memory, but when he tries to think, he sees only water. Now he was about to move forward, when he sees that 𝐂𝐻𝐻 is telling those two students of Haru that beer is not available anywhere here. He also asks them to come with him and ask them to drink. At the same time Haru had come there, who comes to know that 𝐂𝐒𝐲 has come to meet him. That is why he brings him to his house, where when they were sitting, Haru asks, "What did you want to talk to me?" 𝐂𝐒𝐲 says that he had gone to the first island some time ago where he met 𝐂𝐒𝐻, although Haru did not want to say anything about 𝐂𝐒𝐻, but still now 𝐂𝐒𝐲 is saying, so he listens. 𝐂𝐒𝐲 says that he saw how 𝐂𝐒𝐻 was when he kills a 𝐴RMA with a pistol. He asks Haru for his opinion. Haru says that he doesn't think much about it, and he has nothing to do with 𝐂𝐻𝐻's ways. Now Haru starts saying that I use 𝐂 energy. Do you know anything about 𝐂 energy? 𝐂𝐒𝐲 says, yes, I know, but only as much as 𝐂𝐻𝐻 has told me. Haru laughs at this and tells him to come. Then he brings him near the gate and makes him experience the 𝐂 energy present on the third island, which 𝐂𝐒𝐲 likes very much. Here he says that if you look inside your deep sea, you will see 𝐂 energy present there as well. Using this, he purifies the 𝐴RMA beast, and by combining them in this 𝐂 energy, he sends them back to the same place from where they came. When 𝐂𝐒𝐲 does this, he is really able to feel the 𝐂 energy, but then Haru stops him and says that doing this for a long time in the beginning can cause you pain, and also if you go too deep into your healing energy then it is very difficult to come back. He understands his point, but he was enjoying a lot. Now Haru says that 𝐂𝐸 are not dangerous at all normally. They are dangerous only when they do not have control over their power or they get more energy. That is why Haru's job is to purify them and send them back to where they came from so that they become completely normal like before. Here he also talks about 𝐂𝐸. He says that Ibuki's hand was completely changed, after which he absorbed the eye blood of an 𝐂𝐸 beast and drank it. But Haru already knows about this. He says that yes, Ibuki is doing this to make himself strong, but by doing this, in the end, he will also turn into an 𝐂𝐸 beast. Hearing this, Yuku was surprised, and he says that just to get power. Why does Ibuki want to do this? Now the scene changes from here, and we see that Yukio was practicing by feeling his energy, during which he understands his energy but is unable to control it. Jing was sitting there. He was saying this right now. Yukio was watching here and was trying to control that energy somehow, but during that time a mild earthquake occurred due to which Yukio fell down. Next day again a mild earthquake occurred, after which Jinji told Yukio that we should go. He brings him to his father's grave where Jinji was drinking alcohol and giving respect to Makoto, i.e. Yukio's father, and praying. Yukio does not understand why he is doing this. Then 3 more people come there and they also give respect to Makoto and had come to pray. Now Yukio asks why those people do this. Then all 3 of them tell Jinji to tell the whole story to Yukio. Now Jinji tells that 10 years ago, a very dangerous earthquake like this had occurred. This earthquake had occurred due to the anger of the fire dragon. His anger was so dangerous that perhaps these 3 islands would have merged into the sea. But now they have been standing on the island for 10 years because Yukio's father Makoto sacrificed his life to save all of them. That's why they come here and pray that Makoto should always protect their island. Now after this, Yukio also sat there with folded hands in front of his father's grave. Then after some time he sees Ibra. Ibra is the same girl who is actually Ibuki's student. She also came here to visit her parents' grave. Now when she was leaving, Jinji invites her for a drink, but Ibra does not pay much attention and goes from there. Now when Yukio comes towards Ibra's parents' grave, he sees that Ibra's keychain is kept there, due to which he decides that he has to return it to Ibra. In the next scene, they had reached the first island where Yukio first apologizes to Jinji that he brought him here forcibly, but Jinji says that it doesn't matter, because he likes the first island. After this, when they reach the building where Ibuki works, they meet Ibuki. But now they move ahead from there and come here and meet the same boy whom they had seen at the Arama incident. The name of this boy is Maki. He welcomes them, and here Yukio and Jinji tell him that they have Ibra's keychain, so he should return the keychain to her. But on this Maki says that why don't they give the keychain to him themselves. After this Makto calls Ibra there. Now Yukio gives him the keychain. He was about to talk to him, but then an earthquake comes. They understood that surely some Arama beast has come to the island, but then Jinji says that this is Fire Arama. Hearing this, Ibra immediately runs away from there to kill that Arama beast. By the way, we are also told that actually Ibra got angry on hearing Fire Arama because of her parents lost their lives because of Fire Arama. Now here Jinji and Yukio decide that they will go and help him, and on the other hand, Maki tells this to Ibuki so that he can also reach there in the right situation. Now on the other side, we see Ibuki, who was talking to someone that a big danger was narrowly avoided in the last incident on the island, but this can happen in the future too. That is why they should be ready for evacuation, because according to Ibuki, a big danger will appear on the island soon. Now then Ibuki gets a call, which was from Makoto. He tells that a fire era Tama has appeared in the city, after which Ibuki immediately left from there to reach that place. In the next scene we see Yukio and Jinji, who were following 12, but on the way they see some houses which were on fire where people were still trapped in the middle. That is why Jinji is here to help those people. He decides to save Ibra and tells Yukio to go ahead and stop Ibra, so Yukio went ahead. On the other side, we see Ibra, who had reached near that fire erat. Arama looked very dangerous, but still Ibra does not give up and immediately starts attacking him. While fighting, she was seeing scenes of her parents on the day they were killed. That is why she was attacking Arama with more motivation, but Arama was blocking each of her attacks by moving his hand forward. Arama attacks Ibra with his very massive energy, and Ibra could not escape from his attack. But then Yukio comes in front and creates a water shield, due to which Arama's attack was stopped. Here Ibra was seeing Ibuki inside Yuku because on the day her parents died, Ibuki had come there to save them. However, it was a little late, due to which Ibara's parents could not be saved. Now here Arima started attacking 𝐂𝐒𝐲 again, whom 𝐂𝐂𝐲 kept stopping with the help of his shield. However, after this he himself attacked him too, but Arima did not get much damage from this. Seeing this, 𝐂𝐂𝐲 was telling Ibara that he should leave from there, but then both of Haru's students come there. At the same time, Arima again made a very powerful attack towards them. 𝐂𝐂𝐲's shield was in front, due to which his attack got damaged. Eret stops, but we see that 𝐂𝐂𝐲 was not stopping his attack, but was manipulating and sending it in a different direction, so that 𝐂𝐂𝐲 did not have to spend much energy, but he knew that he cannot defeat it so easily. That is why he tells those three to run away from here, but Parabar refuses and says that if they run away from here, then Eret will chase them, and then it will come in the middle of the town, due to which the lives of the rest of the people who have come here to Rome can be in danger. He was absolutely right. Now after this, Ibara jumped and started attacking Eret. He had lightning powers, due to which Eret was getting a lot of damage, but right now that lightning power was a little less. Here she was also telling 𝐂𝐂𝐲 to help her at the same time, after which 𝐂𝐂𝐲 uses his water power. Varma is a fire type, so water has a lot of effect on him, and the flames on his body get extinguished, but it was not for long, and very soon the flames appear again. Now here both 𝐂𝐂𝐲 and Ibara were attacking together, after which 𝐂𝐂𝐲 asks those two students of Haru to help, and they also start attacking here. One of them had the power of wind magic. Now all of them were attacking together, due to which the whole team was facing a little problem as to whom to attack, and in a short while finally these people purify him. Now they were celebrating for this, when at the same time 3 big stones fall there. These were fire stones, which now directly evolve into fire Atama, and we get to know that they have come from the 4th island where those dragons live. Now here they also understood that they cannot face them. Ibara says that I will stay here alone. You people run away and call someone. Now they run away from there. Before this, suddenly an Eratama creates a fire barrier around them, which means that now these people cannot run away from there. That is why now they will have to fight. 𝐂𝐂𝐲 understood that now nothing can be done. He starts feeling his deep energy. His eyes were glowing, and now his full power was about to be unleashed here. At the same time, Haru and Ibuki come there. Here Haru purifies an Erat Ma as soon as he comes, and Ibuki also kills an Erat with a pistol. Both of them attack the other Erat together and knock him down. After which, when Ibuki was about to drink the blood of that Eratama by taking out his eyes, then Haru purifies him. Now Ibuki was very angry at this thing. He says that why did you do this? On which Haru says that you only think that if our master, i.e. Mako, was here, would he be happy to see that you are using black magic? On this, Ibuki says that I don't care about this thing because the master was killed because we were weak then. If we were strong at that time, then he would not have been killed. Now then we see that Erat had stood up again and he was about to attack them here, but then Haru destroys some of his parts with his wind magic. Now the eye of that Erat Ma beast had fallen down. He was about to consume Buku's blood, but then Haru stops him, and now the fight between the two had started. During this, Jinji comes there and purifies that eye by hiding. After this, he came to 𝐂𝐂𝐲. After coming here, he tells both of them that they are not able to serve. They are fighting in front of their student. Hearing this, they stop. Here even now Haru believed that Ibuki should not use black magic because Makoto did not like this thing at all, but Ibuki is not affected by it. After this, both of them leave from there. We see that later Ibara Yuka and Haru's two students meet, and their age was almost the same. That's why Ibara was giving her number to 𝐂𝐂𝐲 so that they can stay in touch. Now, Haru's two students and Ibuki's student Ibara do not get along well, but still they become friends here, and the four of them share their numbers with each other and form a group. Now when 𝐂𝐂𝐲 came back from there, he talks to Momoko about what happened between Haru and Ibuki. Momoko says that she does not know this thing very well, but when Makoto died, after that both of them went to this island where Makoto's body was found, and since then Ibuki decided that he will leave the things taught by Makoto and choose a different journey so that he can become even stronger and can stop the fire dragon from coming next time. But after some time Ibuki returned again, but he had changed his path, because of which Haru and Ibuki never got along, and the normal situation is now in front of us. After this we see that Jinji was sitting, and on the other side 𝐂𝐂𝐲 was sleeping in the next room. Then 𝐂𝐂𝐲 gets the same dream which he used to get in the school. Now he was underwater. By the way, this kind of dream had come to him after a long time. That's why he was a bit surprised. Now he was sleeping normally inside the water. He gets scared, and after this he regains consciousness, but today some mysterious energy was pulling him towards itself, due to which he gets nervous and tries to come out of the water, but he is unable to do so. Then we see that mysterious energy where an eye appears, which was of an aramid. Yuck got scared after seeing it, but then Gingy comes there and wakes him up. He asks what happened, to which 𝐂𝐸𝐲 says that it was nothing. It was just a normal dream, but Gingy notices that the eye of 𝐂𝐸𝐲 was glowing in a very light blue color. Now during the same time, 𝐂𝐸𝐲 gets a message which was from his friend. Actually, a festival is being held on the island, which happens after a long time. Due to this, they were going to go there, and they are inviting 𝐂𝐸𝐲 there. He tells Gingy about this. Then Gingy gives 𝐂𝐸𝐲 the mask of 𝐂𝐸𝐿 and tells him to wear this mask because in this festival everyone is going to go there. It is compulsory for everyone to wear a mask. In the next scene, 𝐂𝐸𝐲 had now reached the festival. He meets his friends here, but after some time we see that suddenly the volcano formed on the fourth island has woken up again after a rupture. Everyone was very scared to attack everyone. The next day morning, everyone prepares that they will have to leave this island and go to another island which is safe. Now when they were leaving, we see Haru, who was with his student, and meets 𝐂𝐸𝐲. Now Haru tells that all this is happening the same as what happened 10 years ago, but 𝐂𝐸𝐲 was a little surprised at this. He asks that when his father had saved everyone by sacrificing, then why is all this happening again? On this, Haru tells that 15 years ago, when the fire dragon was sleeping and the water dragon had become weak, then 𝐂𝐸𝐲's father i.e. Makoto had injected the fire dragon's energy inside a person. And according to Haru, that person is none other than 𝐂𝐸𝐲, but 𝐂𝐸𝐲 does not believe this. Haru was also saying that he is not fully confident yet, but then he extends his hand and asks 𝐂𝐸𝐲 to put his hand on his hand, and when he does so, Haru is able to feel his light energy. He realizes how massive this energy is, and he understands that 𝐂𝐸𝐲 is actually a water dragon, but he has not awakened his full power yet, which means he cannot do anything right now. Haru tells him that you have two ways. First of all, you train very hard and make yourself so strong in a few years that you can transform back into a water dragon, and the second way is that we perform a ritual so that your body will convert into light energy and summon the water dragon. But here Haru feels that the first way, i.e. the training way, is more correct. That is why he says that you will have to train. 𝐂𝐸𝐲 was fully prepared for this, however. To stop the same fire dragon, Haru will have to go directly there. That's why he tells his students that they should go directly from here with Gingy and 𝐂𝐸𝐲 to the mainland where 𝐂𝐸𝐲 had gone for studies, and take Momoko with them as well. Now he was very sad and says that we also want to come with you, but Haru refuses to do this. In the next scene, we see that Haru had reached near the fire dragon where the fire dragon had not completely awakened. That's why Haru immediately started creating a barrier on that volcano with his power. However, to do all this, he will have to sacrifice himself, just like Makoto. Then Ibuki also comes there and says that I will do this. Now both of them were arguing about the same thing, that who will sacrifice among them. But by then the fire dragon wakes up and comes out. Now seeing this, Haru immediately transforms his hand and turns it into Arama. After which he started attacking, and his attacks were not very useful. That's why Haru was also helping him, but even their combined power was not able to stop that fire dragon. Both of them had decided that they will fight together, but there was no use of doing this. Rather, both of them were getting tired. Then the fire dragon attacks Ibuki and knocks her down, seeing which Haru comes to him to help him. But now that dragon started attacking them again. But then 𝐂𝐸𝐲 and all the other students come there and stop the attack of that fire dragon. But both Haru and Ibuki were not happy at all with this thing. According to them, they should not have come here because there is a lot of danger here, but now nothing could be done. Due to this, they decide to fight together, but even their being together was not making any difference because that dragon was not getting tired at all. Seeing this, now Haru uses a secret technique of his master i.e. Makoto and kills him. He ties the dragon with a chain, but Haru's energy was not strong enough to handle the dragon for long, due to which the dragon was freed again in a short while. On the other hand, we see Ibuki who, seeing the situation, has completely controlled herself. He transforms into a fire dragon, due to which his power increased a lot, and now with the help of Haru, he started attacking that fire dragon. However, he was still not able to defeat the dragon, but the other students had got time to rest. We see that Gingy enters there and asks 𝐂𝐸𝐲 if he wants his water dragon power back, to which 𝐂𝐸𝐲 says yes. Gingy announces that he is going to perform a ritual, after which 𝐂𝐸𝐲 will get the water dragon power back. Gingy knew that he was going to die, but he did not tell this to anyone, and now he performs that ritual, due to which both 𝐂𝐸𝐲 and Gingy came into the power realm of fire energy. After coming here, he sees that he was on top of a stone, and he sees that a very powerful force of fire energy is flowing down. 𝐂𝐸𝐲 asks that if we could do this earlier, then why did we not do it? On which Gingy says that he was not ready for that, because by doing this, he will lose his life. 𝐂𝐸𝐲 was not ready for this at all, but Gingy says that no, you have to jump from here because there is only one way to save the island and the rest of the people. Now when 𝐂𝐸𝐲 looks down, he was scared because he is at a very high altitude and the energy below is flowing with great speed. Then Gingy tells him that don't worry, I am also coming with you." Here he holds 𝐂𝐸𝐿's hand and jumps straight from above. We see that now they were going into the water. After going there, they find a water dragon sleeping in front of them. As soon as 𝐂𝐸𝐿's body comes near the water dragon, it gets connected with it, due to which Yuku was seeing all those memories of his childhood in which he was able to see his father, i.e. Makoto. On the other hand, when he comes to the normal world, he sees that Ginji's life and body are lying down. After this, 𝐂𝐸𝐿 jumps into the water in a very dangerous way. He generates a wave and comes in his real water dragon form. Seeing the water spreading here, everyone else had moved away from there, and now they get to see the fight between the water dragon and the fire dragon. This fight was not for victory, but due to the absence of the water dragon, the fire dragon is angry. That is why 𝐂𝐸𝐿 was just fighting with him to calm him down. When he somehow stops the fire dragon, he tells him that now he does not need to get angry because now I have come. Hearing this, the fire dragon slowly starts calming down. After this, now both of them connect with each other and this fight stops here. The force of the energy that was there had also become neutral, seeing which everyone was surprised, and finally now they could breathe peacefully. When 𝐂𝐸𝐿 comes back to his normal body, he comes straight to Ginji, but Ginji was no longer alive. Seeing this, 𝐂𝐸𝐿 gets a very big shock. In the next scene, we see that Ginji's funeral is going on. 𝐂𝐸𝐿 was in his room, and since then he is locked in his room because he is feeling very bad. His friends were also worried about him. They were also feeling bad that Ginji left them even though he was very young. They did not like Ginji much because Ginji's character was such that he did not talk to anyone properly and he did not have many such friends. He was happy in his own world, but all these things made him special, and that is why he was sad. Now here we see that Momo comes to 𝐂𝐸𝐿 and tells him that he should meet Ginji for the last time, but 𝐂𝐸𝐿 did not want to go there because he is cursing himself right now. He says that if he was strong, then Ginji would never have to give his life to activate his water dragon power, but on this Momo tells him that there is nothing like that. If there was really any other way, then Ginji would never have chosen this thing. Anyway, he had a lot of time to think, but he did not. He chose this, which meant that this was the last option. Now Yuki agrees, but he does not go inside. After some time, we see that a small 𝐂𝐸𝐿, which is not dangerous, is flying from there and going straight to the room where Ginji is. Yuki follows that 𝐂𝐸𝐿. Here also he meets the mayor. The mayor was very sad. He says to 𝐂𝐸𝐿 that you saved the whole island, but I want to apologize to you because in this thing you lost the life of one more family member. Yuki was understanding his words, but it is not his fault. Now after this, the mayor leaves from there so that 𝐂𝐸𝐿 can talk to Ginji alone. 𝐂𝐸𝐿 sits there. He was very sad, but he was also very angry. He holds Ginji's collar and says that he has to get up. He cannot die just like that by putting a curse on him. Just when he was doing this, suddenly he finds himself in the Lu energy rail, where he sees that there is a lot of Lu energy. It is flowing, and in the middle of it there is a big golden pool. Ginji was standing near that pool holding it. Ginji was calling 𝐂𝐸𝐿 for help. 𝐂𝐸𝐿 had to help him. He was not able to understand anything, and he was also not able to understand what Ginji was doing here. However, by the time he understood, Ginji had already gone into that pool of light energy and started flowing with its flow. It is impossible to find him in such a high light energy, and the other bad thing is that only 𝐂𝐸𝐿's spirit has come here, so he cannot do this. Now he comes back to normal time where he understood what he has to do. He tells Momo and the mayor here that they should go and tell Haru and Ibuki that we can still save Ginji. After this, Yuck ran away from there. While running, he transforms into a water dragon and goes straight to the fourth island and jumps inside that volcano, due to which the barrier on the volcano was broken, and now 𝐂𝐸𝐿's body had come into the real light energy rail. Here he was looking where to find Ginji, but there was a lot of energy there, due to which it was almost difficult to find Ginji. It was impossible, but he does not give up. He keeps roaming around. After some time he finds the soul of his own father, i.e. Makoto. He was very surprised to see this. At first he did not recognize him, but Makoto recognized him as soon as he saw him. He tells him about himself, hearing which 𝐂𝐸𝐿 gets surprised. There they talk a lot, where Mako tells that he had sent 𝐂𝐸𝐿 to the mainland, i.e. to that school place for 10 years, so that 𝐂𝐸𝐿 could learn something and he could understand how normal humans live their life, because it was impossible to understand these things here on the island. Now after talking for some time, 𝐂𝐸𝐿 tells about Ginji here and says that he has come here to find Ginji. Can Makoto help him in that? On which Makoto says that absolutely, when Ginji's soul came here, then he had used a formation type technique and put some particles on his soul, from which Makoto can know where Ginji is. But now after this, both of them leave from there to find Ginji. Yu-Gi-Oh was having trouble on the way, but Makoto was not having any trouble at all because he has been living here for 10 years, due to which he finds it very easy to move around in the rail here. By the way, another thing is that if Ginji stays here, he will turn into light energy, but Makoto did not turn into light energy for 10 years because he wanted to stop the fire dragon, due to which he did not let himself convert into light energy. Now when both of them were moving forward here, then on the other side we see Ibuki outside there. Everyone else had also understood that Yu-Gi-Oh has gone towards the 4th island by becoming a water dragon. That is why now these people also go straight in that direction. After reaching that island, Haru was also creating a connection formation, due to which a portal opens which was connected to the light energy rail there. By the way, he had to do this because that formation has been removed from above the volcano, which was protecting that volcano from light energy. It used to connect, which means Yu-Gi-Oh cannot come out from there normally. On the other hand, now we see Yu-Gi-Oh, who was trying to find Ginji in the middle of the light energy with Magato. After some time, they see Ginji drowning in the light energy, after which they move forward and save him. Now Yu-Gi-Oh was very happy to see Ginji here. Ginji was also very happy and surprised to see his master, i.e. Makata. Now they had to return, but because the formation has been destroyed, due to which they cannot come out through that formation. But then Yu-Gi-Oh sees a star shining from a distance. He understood that this is definitely the way out. Even though Yu-Gi-Oh does not know that Haru has created it, but he understood because that was the strangest thing there. Now when both of them start moving forward, Maka tells Yu-Gi-Oh and Ginji that now both of you have to handle the fire dragon. My work is now completed here, and after this he says bye to both of them and takes out the light energy. They combine into one, and both of them leave from there and head straight towards the same portal. Now when they reach near a portal, Ibuki converts his hand into a weapon and moves it forward so that he can take Yu-Gi-Oh and Ginji out, but Yu-Gi-Oh's hand slips and he falls backwards, due to which he suddenly reaches another dimension where the soul of the fire dragon was present. Here the soul did not want Yu-Gi-Oh to leave her again, but Yu-Gi-Oh explains to him that now he is a human along with being a water dragon, and due to this he will have to continue his life as a human. He explains to the fire dragon that he will return soon, on which the fire dragon agrees and lets him go. Now Yu-Gi-Oh has come back to the energy realm, where once again Ibu's hand moves forward and these people hold his hand and come out from there. When he comes out, he sees that Ginji is not with him, because in reality he is not with him. It was Ginji's soul, so it had gone into Ginji's body. But when Ginji's soul comes into his body and he wakes up, both Momo and the mayor were very surprised to see this. And now Ginji wakes up and the first thing he says is that he wants to drink beer, while on the other hand, Yukio gets happy and apologizes to everyone first. Why? That because of him they were all worried, but everyone was also very happy, and because of him Ginji's life was saved. Now here we notice Haru and Ibu that both of them were very worried about Ginji and Yu-Gi-Oh too. Because of this, both of them understood that they worry about their family and they remember their old days when they were just like brothers. That is why now they forget their enmity. We see that after some time Buki had also stopped using black magic and he came back to the path taught by the houses, and after this we see that both those students of OI-12 and Haru have now gone to the mainland here. They will now study in school and do graduation, and with this anime ends here. So if you liked the video, then subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon and tell us in the comment section how you liked this video.